Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing, it's a very long welcome back, so it's kinda maybe been 2 years since I uploaded, so it's been a while. Yeah, I thought I'd come back. Obviously, I've still been making LEGO Transformers, that has never changed, and still been massively into the fandom in general, and I thought I'd do a fun comeback with a overview of all of my junkions so far. So we have Axel Grease, Wheelie, Wreckgar, Prowl, and Hound in the back. So we'll keep this short, something I infamously never do with my videos. And we're going to start with the smallest guys first. So, whoop, and break Hound apparently. Get all the big ones out of the way, and we'll even move little Axel Grease and go to our little list of little list of girls here with Wheelie. So her alt mode is a big wheel trike based off like the little kitty thing. Not much to say about it. It's got some signature junkion spiky bits everywhere. It's got a little propeller on there, which is more for the robot mode. And yeah, we'll get to transformation on her. So she is incredibly simple. Just straighten out her legs. The one foot on this side has to be twisted around. And then simply pop her arms apart. Bring them down. Then I'm going to flip the rotor. So I can put the handlebars up and hold them in place, flip them up. And there we have Wheelie in her robot mode. So weapon-wise, she's got stored on her back and folded up a little slingshot. So she can have a slingshot, or the much more fun option is bring in a chainsaw. I'll also be showing off, in the order I'm doing this, is a specific reason, so I can show off their compatibility with each other, because the junkions are known for riding around on each other, and certain ones are compatible. So she is compatible with Wreckgar. So if I'll take her off camera to get her in a seated pose, and then she will simply slot onto Wreckgar, and she can even hold onto the handles, and then you can have her riding around on her half-track motorcycle. Take her off screen, and we'll speed around to our next little hitter, well, little heavy hitter. We have Axel Grease. So, name and color scheme taken directly from the Legacy character. And design and everything else, completely original. So, she is part of a rival tribe to Wreckgar and his little crew. All the others are either with Wreckgar or affiliated with Wreckgar. She is the exception. I'll grab her weapons at the ready. So she is a trike, same as Wheelie, but instead of being a little kid's big wheel trike, she is a big motor trike, I guess. She's got a spare wheel in the back, all these horns everywhere, spikes all over, some bits of rust, exposed metal, the usual. Okay, so transformation. Oh, fuck. And we've knocked the camera for the first time in the video. Woohoo. We're going to start by... Unfortunately, there is parts falling with her. Kind of unavoidable. Didn't mean to break that off, but we're going to... But it is the junkion tradition to have the wheel become a weapon. Obviously, Wheelie's was a shield. Hers, we're going to take this chain and staff and connect it to make her a morning star for when she's in robot mode. You can then take the handlebars, straighten them out. Well, not the handlebars, like the front axle, straighten them out. Flip up the handlebars. We're then going to rotate the torso up. Flip her head down. And this is the annoying part, is getting this... I'm going to do this off camera because it's just getting that tire to sit further up on the head. It's to basically make her like a little hat. And it's a nightmare to do. So there we are. There's her hat. A nice cocked off angle. Okay, then we're going to straighten out her arms. And before we do anything else with the arms, I'm going to straighten out these silver spikes on the side, and then flip these panels all the way around like that. And then we're going to take this spike and rotate it around as well. Flip that down, flip the arm around, come to the back here where this horn is, going to rotate it, flip it up, rotate it again, and rotate it again. That is one half of her done. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So to apparently just break her apart. There's a lot of little like shifting and panels and stuff that make her transformation a little more involved. My favourite, of course, being the big old horns on her back. I think those are awesome. And there we have axle grease in her robot mode. So again, for weapon, she's got her Morning Star, which is like a big flail weapon made out of her wheel. And then the other weapon I gave her, they're not going to stand very well. I will have to preface that just because they're still on some cushions with a shirt over them. She has a little shotgun thing. Yeah, of course, her melee weapon being the wheel once again, with it being the mace. I like the other details, like the handlebars on her waist and the tire on her head. Oh, there she is, and size comparison, there she is next to Wheelie. So we'll go on to the next bigger character that we need to do first, Prowl. So, I have a sort of Mad Max, well, normally there's a Mad Max theme sort of going with junkions, right? I wanted to keep that going and make it even more directly just straight up Mad Max. So, obviously with a full-on Mad Max, you have your little crazed tribes running around. You need your, like, lone wanderer, like, main character to follow type thing, who also happens to be an ex-police officer. Of course, that role falls on Prowl, being our police officer. And, yeah. Fuck's sake. My camera is going to keep wanting to do that. I'm going to angle it down slightly and hope it doesn't just fall over all the time. Here's a police van, or like truck type thing. He's a lot more busted up than the previous two. He's got like a busted headlight. He's got like additional bits of metal added to him. All around. He has got a nice sunroof though, that's intact. He's got like more scraped off paint everywhere. Well, we'll get to his transformation. We're going to start by unfolding the front bumper, like that. It's a nice easy step. We're then going to take this top section and just do that with it. And we're going to, unfortunate bit of parts forming that isn't needed because you can just leave the back of the truck like that, is take his shield off. You can also technically leave it on in robot mode, but it looks stupid, so I'm just going to remove it. We're then going to leave this whole assembly up here for now. And, oh shit, we're going to stretch the legs out. Get our Prowl ready to walk around and do whatever. Then, while we're stretching the legs out, going to take his leg brace and straighten that out. And we're going to flip that around and not peg in, but like press it against his waist. Then, flipping out the arms and straighten them. We then get one of my favorite bits of the transformation, which is rotating this whole section around each other to get his head into place. Then I'm going to take this arm and rotate, fold it down, rotate it forward, and rotate the hand. Do the same on the other side. And that completes his robot mode nearly. All we got to do is take this back kibble. We're going to fold that piece up, fold that piece up, fold that bit down. And then you can do whatever you want with the little jets on his back that do like to break off. If I need to keep checking, because I never know with Lego, because they love making new pieces. If a 1x4 cheese wedge ever exists, I need one in white to make this thing not awful to handle. For now, I'm just going to leave them sticking out his back. Weapon-wise for Prowl, because there he is in his robot mode. First, I want to go over some inspirations with his design philosophy. So obviously he has got some regular prowl in him, with like the chest being the car, the wing doors, whatever. More importantly, he's got, if you've seen Mad Max 2, you know, he has his leg brace and a sleeve that is torn up, which is where he's got the scratched off paint. Weapon wise, he has his shotgun, a spear, and his shield. And his shield, simply take the wheel off of that arm, plug the wheel onto the shield, and then the shield plugs onto the arm. You can also just plug the shield over the wheel, but it doesn't look as good. Then he has a shield. There's his spear, or he can have his gun. Now the more important thing I'm going to take his shield off for, I'm going to take him off screen for just a sec. In fact, I'm just going to pause so I don't waste any more footage, because I've only got about 16 minutes left on my camera before it is full up. Really should have cleared it before filming, but oh well. So I'll pause, I'll come back and show you another thing that I've done with him. So, as is tradition with junkions, they can ride around each other. So here is Prowl with Hound. And speaking of, well, I guess we can segue that quite nicely if my camera would stop doing that, because it's annoying. Really wants to show you my flag, doesn't it? Anyway, oh god, he's stuck. Ah! Okay, I've separated them. We can segue perfectly into our next non-junkion character made into a junkion with Hound. Hound is based off the Vespa 150 Tap, which is a military Vespa with an AT, with like a recoilless rifle anti-tank gun on it. And then of course on the other side he is storing some shells. Technically there should be one of these on either side, but I wanted the asymmetry with the arms because it's more fun that way. So yeah. So I'm actually quite happy with him. He's fairly clean. Transformation wise, he is also one of my favorites. So we're going to start by just rearing off from the front completely. This is my favorite step. We're going to take the ammo belt, we're going to fold it in half, and then fold out some fingers. That is going to form, and come over here, bring it down and rotate it around. That is going to form one arm. The other arm is simply just fold down from the side. You can then take the cannon from the top and just simply rotate it around. Flip up his head and rotate it. Then I'm going to come down here. We're going to rotate here. Flip this wheel out of the way. Straighten out the front and rotate it. And now this wants to separate here and at the headlight here. And then fold this tab away. This foot is simply going to rotate back like that. This leg, we're going to, there's a few more flips in it. So this piece flips around. Then this piece flips around. Then finally the headlight and handlebar are just going to flip-flop, blub, 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 blub. All around, apparently fall off. I was expecting that. This one loves to fall apart. And then just got to angle him right. Then sort his legs, sort his torso, get his tail out of the way. And there we have Hound in his robot mode. And for a weapon, he has Big Rocket Hammer. Based off the Super Surge from Fallout. It's still kind of wheel adjacent because it's got a tire on it. So his hand is rotated around wrong. There we go. I do love a lot of things about him. I love his mohawk. I love his gas mask. His big old, of course, Hound's usual turret on his shoulder being overly exaggerated to be his anti-tank rifle. Or recoilless rifle. And then I keep saying both interchangeably. It's a recoilless rifle that was used against tanks. I don't know a ton about stuff like that. Military vehicles have never really been my thing. Ignore that he is crumbling apart. It's the junkion way. One of my favourite details I managed to get onto Hound was keeping the yellow stripe on his wrists, even on the arm that's made out of the folded up ammo belt. Of course, he's got the usual junkion hauls of spikes, spikes and more spikes, asymmetrical, rusty designs, all of that lovely stuff, and even a spiked tail, which is his only actual bit of kibble, by the way, which is one of my favourite parts of him, other than, like, obvious vehicle bits like the headlight and handlebar, and, like, I guess you can count the turret with the chair on it. Yeah, that's all of the compatible guys out of the way where, like, they can ride around each other, so that means I can actually show off, finally, the leader of his own little crew. Not all of them, because Axel Grease is part of a different one, but he's in charge of the rest. Retgar. And his accordion, which is his weapon. Yes, he fights with an accordion. So, his bike is a weird half-track, completely scratch-built vehicle, or at least is made to look completely scratch-built. This is the one that really... The others embrace the sort of idea of an apocalyptic vehicle, especially with, like, well, all of them, really, just like an apocalyptic vehicle with a few spikes. This one really embraces the Mad Max nature. Ignore my speech impediment. And my occasional stutter. So, we'll get straight into transforming him, I guess. So, gonna start coming to the front here. We'll do it this side. Straighten out that piece and wrap that around. That's obviously gonna be a leg. Where's his other leg? Well, nowhere else but right there underneath. Gonna get the arms out of the way. Gonna get to the fucking... there we are. Rotate that, rotate that. Oh, fuck. Pull his leg off, apparently. Rotate that. Rotate that around there. And then just flip the foot. So he's got his two legs. Can then just bring the arms down and straighten his fingers out. This guy's going to be annoying to fit on camera because he's so tall, so I'm going to sit him down for the next step, which is unveiling his head and twisting that around to be his backpack. And that just sits in there like that. And I'll have him sat for a minute because there is Retgar in his robot mode. So my favourite details of him are the piano keys on his torso. And the way I made the beard and mustache was heating up and like bending a Wolverine's claw piece. I know most people don't like the idea of like modifying Lego, and like if it was in like an official mock contest or whatever, this would get disqualified. I'm doing these for my own personal enjoyment and for others to enjoy, so I don't mind. Also, if you can find a better way to give Retgar his goatee at this scale without just like painting it onto a piece, or like using a minifigure head of a print, anything better than this that will fit this head design, please enlighten me, because I'd love to see it. I almost forgot to flip up his big old shoulder pads. How could we forget that? Now, of course, his weapon being an accordion. It's a simple build. And it just studs into his hand there. And that hand goes up. So that hand isn't on the buttons, but it's fine. And then he is the most asymmetrical looking of the group. I'll put him right to the back so you can actually see him. So he's got the one leg with the wheel, the other leg's the treaded one. To get his accordion out of the way. He has actually got articulated fingers because they use minifigure legs. He's got an engine on this arm, which of course, if you want to give him a wheel weapon, can take the headlight off, which uses the rip tire piece, and put that on. Give him like a little spinny arm thing. Or you can take the spare tire off the back. Either one works. Yeah, there he is, size comparison wise. Here he is next to Wheelie. And we'll do a group shot to finish this off, because why not? It's got to get everyone else in a position where they can actually stand, because mess with Prowl a bunch, try and get him to sit on Hound, because that one's a pain to do in particular. There's Prowl. And somehow the easier one to stand than Prowl Hound. I don't understand how Hound is easier to stand, because he doesn't have a foot that side, it's just a heel. Like, his feet are asymmetrical. He's got a big cannon on his arms are all off balance. He still somehow stands the best. And then, of course, finishing up with the other little one, Axle Grease. So that is my full Junkion roster. At some point I'll do videos on both new characters and updated ones, like Ultra Magnus, my very nice updated Megatron, so I don't think I covered him. Got my new Optimus, RC, a whole trio of new Seekers. Got a Blitzwing back there. We got Cosmos. My Hot Rod hasn't actually changed, funny enough. He's basically exactly the same. Perceptor. Updated Soundwave once again, because I update Soundwave a lot. I don't think I showed him off, but I got a Cheetor as well. Skids, who I don't think I mentioned. Blur. Cliff Jumper as well, but Cliff Jumper is kind of a rework of my Bumblebee, so not overly interesting. And of course a completely new Bumblebee. But he's not quite just a regular Bumblebee, but we'll have to... I would say you'll have to stay tuned for that. I'll have to actually keep making content for that. But, yeah. That is my complete collection of Junkions for my LEGO display. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in another video, hopefully. Or I'll do my usual piss off on a stupidly long hiatus, because, like, I have my hiatuses only. Like, my videos are, like, months up between. I kind of want to avoid going back to having, like... I kind of want to avoid doing a 2-year gap again. Because it kind of kills any influence I'm gonna... Well, not influence, but, like, any, relevance my stuff's gonna get. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.